All right. Happy Friday, LinkedIn, and anyone else who is seeing this. I'm Michelle Oliver with Talkabout TV. And every Friday, I come share a little bit about what I've learned in experiential outdoor hospitality during the week. Well, I know you've heard this a million times, and I say it repeatedly, but people are inspired not by what they know to be accurate, but by what they can believe is possible for them. And if you think about it, and I'm asking you, just think about this. Usually, what you know to be accurate has to do with some sort of limitation. It's where you are in your business, what your property currently looks like. It's how the world is currently presenting. It might be, a relationship you're in, or a dynamic that you're caught in, or whatever it is. It's like, this is what I know to be accurate about life as it's presenting right now. And that's not an inspiring place unless it becomes extraordinarily painful. And then, yeah, we get motivated and we can be inspired by the limitation, which really is kind of the crux of the matter, right? So the inspiration as it grows comes from your ability to create the vision in your mind, your imagination, like, gosh, I wonder what I could do. If I'm limited in this area, what could I do to become more expansive, to experience a greater expansion of life? What could be possible for me from this vantage point right now, right? And if you think about that, you're going to be pulled by a vision. What was I going to say? There's something that popped in my mind and it left. Okay, well, anyway, I've had many, many, many conversations. I've had three conversations this morning that were just about that. And this is what I was going to say. When you get to a point where you just draw a line in the sand and you say no to certain things in your life, you say no more of this, no more of the way this is looking now. I'm not satisfied, or I'm not going to tolerate that behavior anymore. And it usually involves setting some type of boundary. You just draw a line in the sand. This is where I end in terms of what I perceive as what is accurate in my world right now on my property. There's not enough accommodations, there's not enough of an experience. I'm only able to bring this number of people in. I want to increase the revenue. And so often, anything, it could also be, I was on a few coaching calls this morning, can also be with people. This is where I draw the line with this person. I'm not going to be pulled in all of these directions anymore. I am whole and complete in this area, in this clarity, in this vision of what is driving me or pulling me forward into a greater vision, something more expansive, something that produces more revenue because it serves more people in better ways and it solves whatever the problem is. I mean, we've all heard this hundreds, if not thousands of times. And yet we wake up and we look around and we're like, okay, I know this is the truth, the truth. I know this is accurate, but what can I do? Where do I set that limit? Where do I draw the line within my own self, my own awareness, my own perception, so that I'm able to perceive what is actually possible for my life, for my relationship, for my property, for my business? Where do I draw the line? And when you draw a line, things are going to fall off, people are going to fall off. Those things no longer serve you or fit. And so much of the language I'm using right now, I feel like is so overused. And yet it is because cliches are there for a reason. A cliche comes about because they are words of truth. They are proven truths that have repeated again and again and again. So often, in fact, that it becomes a cliche. So, how can you take? Here's my question for you right now for the weekend fodder to chew on. How can I take what appears in my world as accurate information as it's presenting a circumstance, a condition? What limitation can I draw the line with and move into a more expansive possibility that is not only inspiring, but not only inspires my action towards it, but could it potentially inspire an entire group of people, including the team that is required to get there? What would that be for you when you just look at your property or your business or your life or your relationship? Share with me, what is it? Because people are inspired not by what they know to be accurate, but by what they believe is possible for them. And hospitality, the experience of hospitality, sponsors this Friday morning rant or whatever you want to call it, conversation with self. um, and because the experience of hospitality transforms the world, I believe that with all my heart. I believe hospitality crosses every boundary, every barrier. And I heard the cutest story this morning about a woman who who accidentally experienced the hospitality of a person who greeted her dog first and then pulled her into an entire community breakfast. And I mean, it was rather over the top, so I'm not going to describe the entire story, but really hospitality is the link. It's the if you smile at me, I will understand, because everyone everywhere does that, in the same language. It is the language of connection. It is the language of love. It is the language of expansion, connection, and going beyond what we know to be accurate. When someone comes into our field of vision, there is a human there. And we take it to the next level of listening and being hospitable and serving, and what is the need before me. So that's my question. Putting the question I mentioned a few minutes ago out to you. And I do wish you the most extraordinarily magical weekend. We're coming to the end of the Indian summer, now into the fall, and what is going to be possible this weekend? I don't know, but moment by moment, breadcrumb by breadcrumb, and being open to the moment before you and the person before you to serve and uplift them will do the same for you. So wishing you